see you for where you stand, but how can we come to that side?
That you have to, I think you have to
Which
go ahead.
ahead, okay.
Yeah, then so that you use the other side of the road.
Flying colors are doomed. And Fresh, what do you say?
Means okay, we see you. So where how do we go? No, look at us in front of you.
Okay.
So you can sit down.
Yeah, fuck it on China Bush, you die, you can't deny. You say life is hard, how hard did you try? We say people from, how much you do we smile? Think life is so beautiful. Well, you never be brave if you don't get hurt. You never learn if you don't make mistakes. You never be successful if you don't encounter failure. JD Rev, and Fresh, let's do this. Yeah, we got the heavens, we got the earth. Some are playing, you all reserve. Two blessings, after regret, God is wishing. I keep thinking, always ringing. No pain, no gain, bottom before entertain. I know you know it, too involved. If not up, then down. You may crawl, gotta walk, run for the crown. You know what, live your dreams, win medals. Don't rush as you crash, no God. Devil tricks, not that. Hey lad, follow the lines, get the vibes before the rhymes. Ups and downs, ups and downs. In this world can't control all. There are ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. When you fall down, gotta stand up and stay strong.
The road is under construction.
Yeah, the road is under construction. It's causing a lot of traffic. When people going to work, they struggle. When people are coming to, from work to, they struggle too.
Where we go down.
Yeah, we pass here. That is where the route to where I actually have my baba.
Well, that's the papa.
Yeah, no, this is he's actually down there. Okay. But I just stay in the neighborhood. This way.
Okay. That's cool.
So, First Junction, it's not everything that you see has to be perfect. As looking at then to compare to the estate and other towns. When
you mean the estate?
Yeah.
Which is on the other side.
On the other side. Unlike in the estates, a lot of things are mostly much organized.
Okay.
As to
this
where
side.
we are, it's like we are living in comparing Ashama to maybe East Legon.
Okay.
You see definitely different.
I get it.
So this is the route to. I'm just believing that one day maybe some of these people who are in higher, greater positions will help us construct this kind of road. Because sometimes when it rains, because it's slopey, it creates some little flats, and if you are passing, it becomes kind of a little bit difficult. But this has been one of the petty shops that sometimes, if you need to do some quick cooking.
Tell me about suicide.
Okay, so I wrote suicide before writing ups and downs.
Okay.
But I recorded ups and downs before recording suicide.
Okay.
Now, the brain behind suicide was the fact that I have a friend, so I made mention of his name in the song Golda Blue. Okay. He's actually a teacher and he's in school now. Okay. Now doing further studies. A couple of our friends actually, went through suicidal situations. Okay. Some succeeded by committing the suicide, and it was heartbreaking. So Golda advised me that, Jay, why don't you write on suicide? It wasn't my dream to do that, but I was like, okay, let me do it. So I wrote suicide, but unfortunately, when Ups and Downs came out, actually, people were loving it. Yeah. So a friend of mine, we usually call him Survivor, he lives in the Volta region, told me that, Jay, hold on, let Ups and Downs flow before. So that was then that the COVID break came. Yeah. So people were not traveling out there. Then I was in Volta region. And I didn't record. Unfortunately, one of my favorite friends, he was also in music. Yeah. He plays football. We don't really know what happened, but we don't know if it was a setup. Unfortunately, we saw him in a suicidal situation. So it triggered me that no, this song has to be recorded. And I recorded suicide. Now, from starting, it was like in a year, about 800,000 people commit suicide.
Based on the research?
Yeah, based on my research. And I go to, the World Health Organization page, and I realized that I have some facts on there. So I was like, okay, if that is the case, people go through a lot of things and all that. So why don't I talk about suicide, how we can prevent it, and anybody going through hard time and tough time, because mostly it comes up with tough time.
Yeah.
And people, when they are over depressed and they can't bear it anymore, the only option they take is commit suicide. So I was like, okay, Jay, as Gola says this, and I've experienced it myself, that my friend has gone into that. Why don't I come up there and record suicide? And that is when suicide came up, and I did.
But based on the research you did, and based on information you got from the World Health, it's the World Health Organization. Were there explanations or reasons to why people are, or that amount of people are committing suicide?
Okay, so this is where the Baba is.
Okay, that's the Bible.
Yeah, that's the Bible show. Based on that, what happened is there was a fact there, and you know sometimes mostly it comes out with approximately figures. So with approximate figures, there are some things you can, actually be 100% sure on that until you get some fact. Now, having said that, there's more than 80% truth.
Gotta go hard on this. We all wanna get to the top. There are positive steps we gotta take. If you mock your leaders, your flying colors are doomed. And Fresh, what do you say? JD Rev. Yeah, right from bed, battle line, God drums, carry style, whip a straw, engine straps, we stay strong to build, count the cost. Yeah, fact that on China bush you die, you can't deny. You say life is hard, how hard did you try? We say people frown, how much you do we smile? Think people gossip, how many got your advice? We say life is a great struggle, don't envy people. When you know that the hustle, wanna see tomorrow? Where is your readiness, desire, luxurious life? How much your investment? Don't know condition, spamming the ass, great men, get prepared to your turn. See 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 your turn. Who am I to win? Win-win. I'm really gonna win. Win-win. No matter storm, no matter traps, all I see is win-win. We were made to win. Win-win. I'm really gonna win. Win-win. No matter storm, no matter traps, all I see is win-win. I'm really gonna win. I'm really gonna win. I'm really gonna win. Yeah. Challenge life can affect your side. Failure is all you see. Gonna be that thing positive. Every champion was a contender who never give up. Every loser had the power that never speak up. Execute your purpose on the dot. What's up? Be strong enough. Never lose yourself. Respect men. Never be scared as enemies target. Put God first. Nature will prove no regret. Hey, winners respect. Come on, winners are readers. Winners really take risks. They never quit. Gotta be you, don't cheat. Be in time, say a prayer. Be humble, listen up. Wipe your tears, face to face.
Not mistakes. It's part of life. Not rise and fall. It's part of the processes. You can win if you don't give up. Tough times don't last. Tough men, they live forever, ever, ever. Forever, ever. Forever.
Wake up, wake up, wake up to the moonlight. Africa, wake up, wake up to the new era. Gotta wake up, wake up to the real picture. Wake up, wake up. How you gon' win when you always sleep? I'ma tell you true, gotta think deep. Forget bones with them with teeth. Not all good birds, grand better sleep. Bam bam, to the rev on this. Hey, never kill yourself, they know who they love. When it's tough for them, all I do is laugh. Life been a kind of shit, no bath. This your intelligent, just to the mouth. Wake your ass up, life and illusion. Gotta stand up, cut a revelation. Weak energy, got no ambition. Wanna try to mess you up, just man up. Keep your faith up, your star, go and stand out. Hey, if you can't make it, you won't be breathing. Just keep pushing, no stopping. Keep learning, as you moving, as you moving, as you moving. But every man is a legend in our making. But we sometimes befriend the enemy. Lot of them hate you for nothing. I must stay active, no slacking as you keep on winning. Give majesty, thanks and praises. Hey, hard work really pays. But some brings quick death. Weak minds don't make money. Seen a lot of people busy and lazy. Don't show love cause you get money, then disappear. Loyalty around, it is a fact. They hear the sound, but they Judas in. Wake up, wake up, wake up to the moonlight. Africa, wake up, wake up, wake up to the new era. Gotta wake up, wake up, wake up to the real picture. Wake up, wake up. How you gon' win when you all asleep? I'ma tell you true, gotta think deep. Forget bones with them weak teeth. Not all good birds, grand better sleep. Bam bam, to the rev on this. Hey, never kill yourself, they know who they love. When it's tough for them, all I do is laugh. Life been a kind of shit, no bath. This your intelligent, just to the mouth. Wake your ass up, life and illusion. Gotta stand up, cut a revelation. Weak energy, got no ambition. Wanna try to mess you up, just man up. Keep your faith up, your star, go and stand out. Hey, if you can't make it, you won't be breathing. Just keep pushing, no stopping. Keep learning, as you moving, as you moving, as you moving. But every man is a legend in our making. But we sometimes befriend the enemy. Lot of them hate you for nothing. I must stay active, no slacking as you keep on winning. Give majesty, thanks and praises. Hey, hard work really pays. But some brings quick death. Weak minds don't make money. Seen a lot of people busy and lazy. Don't show love cause you get money, then disappear. Loyalty around, it is a fact. They hear the sound, but they Judas in the Messiah. Some call you black cause they wanna sack you. Every minute count, you only live once. Knowledge is power, for no brother. Many want papering, no correction. Slow motion, better than no motion. They live in heaven, wanna give you hell. Not all well wishes really wish you well. Some give you water, then hold your neck. Thinking it's difficult, people just judge. Treat people right, go for peace of mind. Really got dreams, never oversleep. Really got dreams, never oversleep. Never oversleep. Wake up, wake up to the moonlight. Africa, wake up, wake up to the new era. Gotta wake up, wake up to the real picture. Africa, wake up, wake up to the new era. Wake up, bam, 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 bam. GD Rev on this. In absence of good, bad is better. Got to achieve a lot in the future, and our lives comes first. Don't take your life. Go W, I see ya. JD Rev. Yeah, in the
Again, welcome to Apprise Music for Artists. Bamfo, hosting for Apprise Music for Artists. Today we are in the Nungwa neighborhood, and then we came to visit JD Rev, one of the artists on our distribution services. And as usual, we come to see where they live, how they live, and how they're doing. And today it's been a fun ride. I mean, we took you around to see all the places still under development or still on development, and it's been beautiful. So I have with me here JD Rev himself. Jay, welcome to Apprise Music
Oh,
for
thank you very
Artists.
much. It's a privilege, actually.
Yeah, and we are happy to have you on the show.
I'm very much delighted as to be on the show, actually.
Yes. And I mean, one thing that I would want for you to know is that we are moved by your music. You know, the message, you know, the drive, and then all the intelligence behind, you know, your lyrics and everything, you know, the emotions and everything. So I thought to myself, I'm like, hey, today we're at the studio, why don't we pay a visit to Jay the Rev and find out, I mean, what inspires his style of writing. So Jay, what inspires your style of writing?
All right, first of all, I want to say I'm very delighted as you are being moved by my music. What happened is that almost every single thing I say on my song are things that I've experienced. Either I've been through it, about 80% of it, or I've seen someone going through that. And having said that, I said, okay, if I'm going through it, probably somebody also needs it, because sometimes you have to go through something. It becomes an experience that you give you to the next generation or the next people around. So that's what actually inspires me to do what I do.
Well, that's beautiful. So I mean, from what I get, it means that your music, it's more of a documentation of your life, I mean, process, like what you've gone through. So you sort of have the music like a diary where you keep it, so that, I mean, those, because you believe that there are other people too that definitely may be going through the same challenges as you. Is that the point?
That is the point, actually. I believe that any single thing that we go through, I mean, someone else there is also going through something. But sometimes when we go through, I mean, nature or God give us the opportunity to gain some experience to come out, so that we can also forward it to other people too. So mostly, yes, you have to go through some shit before you make something out.
Definitely. And then how has it been for you since you set out to, you know, start doing music?
Okay, I started music. I was at a tender age. I was very much younger when I started music, because I was in JHS when I started, then JSS. But unfortunately, some of my, let me say, bloodline didn't support or didn't want me to do music. But so I stopped for more than 10 years. It got to a point that it was still clicking. And it means that it's part of me, so I have to bank on it and start doing it again. So that is how far it has been. And there was some point that earlier there are some songs that I'm not thought of bringing them up again, because earlier I was talking more about a biblical aspect of it. Unfortunately, other biblical or media that I thought they could appreciate it, thought like, because I don't call God in it, I mean, it's not helping. I thought of it, okay, maybe I have to channel it somewhere and do whatever is supposed to be done. And it's not only always about calling God, it's about talking about the realities of life. And that is what the path I've chosen. And no matter what, that's what I'm going to do.
So, I mean, the point you are making, if I understand you, is that you believe that your music, you've set out to do music to impact lives. But then you had problems with people because you didn't sort of mention certain names which will associate your type of music to the Bible or to a certain religion. So you had problems with support and all that. But then your song is still very inspirational, still positive and all that. So you believe that we should take the song by the lyric, by the message, and not by maybe the lyric or the style or the genre, which is very good. Now, one thing I like to understand is, aside music, what else do you do? I mean, do you have another trade, another occupation that or you are just a full-time musician?
Oh, okay. So earlier I was doing banking, and it happened that I need to set apart and do other stuff too. So currently I'm not more in banking, and after senior high, when I asked to go for Bible training college, and from there I came out. So I was ordained as a reverend minister anyway. But the truth of the matter is, I realized that the music is part of me, and there's no way I can go do without it. And there have been series of visions and series of messages from higher people who has made it to the next level in life. Also proves that yes, this is what you are meant to do. You got to do it, and that is why I'm doing that. Now currently working in one of the shops in Nungwa Mall, that is a Junction Mall, and I'm like the supervisor or acting manager in respect of my senior manager. So that's what happens. It's a tough job, You know, you don't really have much time. You don't go off weekends. You only go off within the weekday, and it's straight 8 hours job, no sitting. It's tough, and sometimes you come home, you're exhausted. But the funny thing about it is that once you are called to do music, sometimes even at 2 a.m. you'll be asleep, rhythm plays in your mind, you have to wake up and write something on that and you move on with that. Because at the end of the day, people still need to hear that tune out there just to, impact on their lives.
Very good. So for now, you're actually combining you have a full-time job, and then you are combining music as well.
I would say I see music rather as to be my full-time job. And what I'm doing, that one, bills got to be paid. You're going to record songs, you need to pay some money. You're going to do cover art, anything else concerning the job, you have to pay some money and all that. So aside that, even domestic bills too. So you have to do something too. But once God opened the line and got to the streamline, I don't think I'll be hustling for much work, but I will put all my work, all my time into the music life.
So it's good that you have a background in banking, which is very good. So one thing I'd like to understand is, based on your experience since you set out to do music, what will you say are, there are a lot of things that can be done to better our music scene. But then what will you say are the three most important things that you feel that if we had it in our music as an industry, it will sort of help emerging artists such as yourself to try?
Okay, so practically there have been a lot about it. Since you said I should mention about three, and let's make it this way. First of all, artists has to recognize themselves and recognize their capabilities. Now, because of my second point is that people out there should try their best to invest in people who are highly talented and ready to carry the nation, even itself, to the next level or the next phase on the globe. So if you don't recognize yourself and your talent is actually not recognized, it's not impacting, it's not making any sense. Just like music, people think it's just about a beat and a rhythm. Yes, it's fine, but the reality of the matter is music is a communication in rhythmical manner. So if I'm communicating in a rhythmical manner and on a positive vibe, yes, we buy that. So on the first point, you recognize yourself, set yourself your goals ahead, not just doing the music, but at the end of the day, impacting people. And even after the impact of the people, when you gain something out of it, it should also have effects on your society and the nation as well. So the second point has to do with people in power, people with links, people with connection, people with money. Help out the young artists coming up and help them out. And the third of all that I would say is the fact that we should consider that once a citizen blows up, is doing well, it takes up our name into the face or the books of the world. So for that matter, be it home, friends, families, wherever, media, everyone, you have to support these music people. Because most of the time, these musicians have other life they live before what they put on the song. And most of the time, they can even ignore their private life and put up something up just to benefit the world and the people out there. That's it.
Great. Thank you so much. Some really, really exciting, positive words you've said out that you just said. Now, for the last part, how are people connecting with you? How are your fan base or those that are looking for your music? How are they getting?
All right. So talking about fan base, like you're saying, earlier it was like you just go to the studio, you record. When the song is done, you just put it on audio mark, or maybe you just share it through WhatsApp document. People just receive it, they jump on it, and that is the end of the day. You make nothing out of it until just I think beginning of this year, a friend introduced me to Apprise music. I was like, really? So I told him to tell me a little bit more. And I realized, hey, if you are here and your music reach Apple Music, iTunes, other even musical platforms, we didn't even know about it. How better? Meaning that you may be here in Ghana and you'll be heard out there. So it's best. I just joined Apprise Music and so far so good. I don't have any single regret of joining Apprise Music, because every now and then you are there. My music is on Apple Music, it's on iTunes, Deezer, SoundCloud,
TikTok,
all the music platforms. Some I didn't even know they were there, and it's making them out of there. And one of the greatest aspects of it is that there are royalties, and if you are working and you're going to gain something out of it, you even feel encouraged to do more and all that. So talking about that, now my information has reached the world. So what it means is when the green light is up, I don't think I'm going to struggle because already I've been announced to the world already through Apprise Music, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Rev, JD Rev. Now, in the conversation, you made us understand that you actually went to theology school, right?
Yeah.
So you are an ordained minister.
Yeah.
So is that the reason for the Rev in your name?
That is the reason for the Rev in my name. Actually, the J stands for my name, my real name. My name is Jehovah Lab, and so shorten it artistic way, Jehovah Lab the Reverend. That's why we short it to J the Rev. That's it.
So the fact that you have the Rev in your name, and then the fact that you have a background in theology, it means then that that also serves as a drive for the type of message that you sort of serve in your songs. Good. While driving, you said a lot about suicide, which connects to one of your songs, which is Suicide, and I would like for you to tell us a bit more about it. First of all, I still remember you said that it was one of your friends that said that you should go ahead and make a song about that. But then, when we met, I sort of brought up the conversation about that song, Suicide. And then have you had, other people ask questions about the song?
I've had a few people who actually spoke about the song. They were like, this is a beautiful song. I remember when the song came out first, and I have a couple of people or friends who also do music. So sometimes when they do music, before they even release it, they can also send to me, oh, Jay, listen to it, and how do you think about it? And all that. I have friends who call me like the lyrical leader or like that kind of thing, because they say most of my messages talks a lot about that. So when I did that, I sent, and people were in a haste to send it out there. They were like, what inspired me to do that? I was like, the fact that people are committing suicide each and every day. People are going through a lot. When the economical hardship, relationship hardship, some are even going through family hardship and all that and challenges too. It's like, oh really? That is it, then this is a beautiful song. So it's worth actually recording it. So that was it. That was how it happened. People asked that. Meaning we have to try our best to, prevent it, because at the end of the day, it's preventable. People go through hard time. If they get people who can give them the right message that they need, it's like a second chance for them to rethink that, oh, life, there's more ahead, and they can move on with that. So Suicide, big ups to Golda Blue. He is the friend that actually inspired me to that. But I would also say rest in peace to all the people who actually died or lost their lives or left this earth through suicidal situation. We just believe that, or we hope, if they had a chance to, hear some of the songs like this, talking against about suicide, they would have, be in a better position not to give it a try. I believe maybe next time in their next word, they will consider some facts and still stay and fight ahead.
One thing I would like to ask is, based on your research and your experience, are there ways that someone can sort of to avoid to avoid going to the extent of actually committing a suicidal act? Is there a remedy? Is there a way? Is there what is one supposed to do?
Okay. First of all, I would say it is very true. It's actually, there are points, there are figures, mediums, there are remedies. Now, first of all, when you are going through hardship, the truth of the matter is we can't bear all the hardship in the world alone. So first of all, you need someone to talk to. So at the point of the second rap of that song, I was like, a problem shared is a problem solved. Sometimes what you're going through, someone has been through before. So you need someone to talk to, be like this and that, and you move on. Now, needing someone to talk to, you need to consider the fact that it is positive. Now, you should also consider, let's say, example, if you're a family man and you're going through a lot, lost your job or probably lose your marriage, but you may be having kids, you need to also think about the next step, that you have children that they look up to you. You have family, they look up to you. You probably may be the breadwinner of the family. So you take up your life right now, what happens to the rest of the people? It's like practically telling them also to commit suicide, which is not optional. And no matter how life becomes difficult, suicide shouldn't be an option. So it goes on that aspect too. Now on the other side too, no matter how hardship you go through, there is still a second chance. The second chance is the fact that you should understand, if you don't go through shit, if you don't go through hardship, you gain no experience concerning life. And now the saying goes, experience is the best teacher. So until you go through something, you don't have any story to tell. That's why you have to have a story before at the end of the day you have a glory. So that is how about it.
Okay, that's a good rhyme. The story before the glory. Okay, that's good. J. Rev, so I mean, what would you like to, as of final words, you know, I mean, how can people connect with you, your social media, you know, or any other medium that your fans or fan base can connect?
Okay, so on my social media, Facebook, JDRev, TikTok at JDRev, Twitter at JDRev2, Instagram, JDRev, Audiomac, JDRev, Boomplay, JDRev. I mean, everywhere it's all about JDRev. Now, my final words, I would say that we're trying our best, and the world has to try their best to adopt us and flow in our direction. I mean, there are other things, kind of music we can do, but we just want to impact on life and have a positive life. So irrespective of whatever, people out there, just try your best, appreciate what we are doing. And at the end of the day, I mean, sometimes standing up, clapping for someone when it's not your turn. When your turn comes to, people appreciate your work. That's it.
Okay, so let's give a toast for a good interview.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Never kill yourself, they know who they love. When it's tough for them, all I do is laugh. Life been a kind of shit, no bath. This your intelligence, just to the mouth. Wake your ass up, life and illusion. Gotta stand up, cut a revelation. Weak energy, got no ambition. Wanna try to mess you up, just man up. Keep your faith up, your star, go and stand out. Hey, if you can't make it, you won't be breathing. Just keep pushing, no stopping. Keep learning, as you moving, as you moving, as you moving. Every man is a legend in our making, but we sometimes befriend the enemy. Lot of them hate you for nothing. I must stay active, no slacking as you keep on winning. Give majesty, thanks and praises. Hey, hard work really pays. But some brings quick death. Weak minds don't make money. Seen a lot of people busy and lazy. Don't show love cause you get money, then disappear. Loyalty around, it is a fact. They hear the sound, what the Judas in the Messiah. Some call you black cause they wanna sack you. Every minute count, you only live once. Knowledge is power, for no brother. Many want papering, no correction. Slow motion, better than no motion. They live in heaven, wanna give you hell. Not all well wishes really wish you well. Some give you water, then hold your neck. Thinking it's difficult, people just judge. Treat people right, go for peace of mind. Really got dreams, never oversleep. Really got dreams, never oversleep. Never oversleep. Wake up to the moonlight. Africa, wake up. Wake up to the new era. Gotta wake up. Wake up to the real picture. Africa, wake up.